Hi there. Today we're diving into the methods used to calculate the probability of default, or PD, under Ind AS 109. Don't worry, it might sound technical, but we'll break it down step by step. Under Ind AS 109, PD is a critical part of estimating expected credit losses, ECL. Interestingly, this standard doesn't dictate a specific method for calculating PD. Instead, it gives flexibility to use reasonable, reliable, and forward-looking information. The choice of method often depends on factors like the type of financial instrument, the quality of data, and the operational capabilities of the entity. Now, let's explore the common methods used to compute PD. First up is historical analysis. This method looks at past data to estimate future credit losses. For example, a bank might analyze how many personal loans defaulted over the last decade, considering economic trends like financial crises or booms. Similarly, a credit card company could review historical default rates sorted by credit score bands to estimate PD for different customer groups. It's particularly effective when you have a long history of stable data. Next, we have migration analysis. This method tracks how financial instruments move between credit ratings over time, showing the likelihood of transitioning to default. For instance, an investment firm might study how often corporate bonds shift between ratings, eventually leading to default. Similarly, banks can use their internal rating systems to observe how commercial loans move across risk grades year after year. This approach is great for estimating PD over different time horizons. Another method is statistical modeling. This involves using tools like logistic regression, survival analysis, or even machine learning. These models combine borrower-specific variables like leverage ratios or cash flow with broader factors like GDP growth or unemployment rates. For example, a financial institution might use a logistic regression model to calculate PD for personal loans, or a fintech company could apply machine learning algorithms to predict default probabilities for its consumer lending portfolio. These models are powerful when you have rich data sets and the capability to handle complex analyses. Then, there are scorecard models. These assign scores to different risk factors, such as a borrower's credit history or loan-to-value ratio. For instance, a financial institution might develop a scorecard for small business loans, where points are assigned for factors like business age and cash flow. The total score links to a PD based on historical defaults within similar score ranges. It's a standardized approach often used in retail and small business lending. For entities with access to market data, there are market-based models. These rely on information like bond prices or credit default swap (CDS) spreads. For example, an analyst might estimate the PD of a corporate bond by studying the spread between its yield and that of a risk-free government bond. Similarly, wider CDS spreads can indicate higher PDs, reflecting the cost of insuring against default. These models are useful for real-time PD estimates, although market volatility can be a challenge. Sometimes data is scarce, or the situation is unique. That's where expert judgment comes in. This method involves relying on experienced professionals to estimate PD. For example, in specialized financing for infrastructure projects, experts consider sector risks, economic conditions, and project specifics to make an estimate. Similarly, credit risk managers might adjust model outputs based on recent market events or regulatory changes that models don't fully capture. In practice, most entities combine several of these methods. For instance, historical analysis might be the foundation, with adjustments from expert judgment or statistical models to account for current and future conditions. The key is to ensure the methodology is robust, transparent, and regularly validated against actual outcomes. Finally, documentation is critical. Entities must record their methods, assumptions, and the data used to ensure compliance with Ind AS 109 and to allow for adjustments as conditions change or new information becomes available. So whether you're dealing with personal loans, corporate bonds, or unique financing, there's a method or combination of methods that fits your needs. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope this helped you understand the many ways to compute PD. See you next time.